Hey everybody, welcome back to Winning Hand. My name is Boom Guy, and today this is a special episode. I'm here with a guest, Band of Sirens. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
So good. We are here to talk about something a little bit different. This is not standard Winning Hand content. We are talking about the alternate art project that I've talked about. I teased it on a number of podcast episodes ago, and we announced it in the last episode that just came out on Tuesday. So we're going to talk more about that today. Before we start, let's just say Happy Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates today's Thanksgiving. I hope you're enjoying turkey and family and pie and beer and whatever you enjoy on Thanksgiving. And I hope you're thankful for a whole bunch of stuff. I hope you have things to be thankful for. I'm thankful that Band of Sirens joined me today, and we're going to talk about these cards. So we are going to show off the art of the cards in a little bit later. Before we get to that point, I want to talk a little bit about kind of what this is and why we're doing it and introduce you. So why don't we start there? Your name is Band of Sirens. So Mr.
Yeah.
Sirens or Mr. of Sirens, let me ask you, where can people find you and where are you? Why are you here?
I am perpetually online. You can find me on Discord most of the time. Don't really have much else. I've got Instagram, but I don't post there. So if you're part of the main Marvel Champions server, or Villain Theories, you probably already know me. But if you're not, go join. They're a good time.
Yeah. I think you are online a fair bit, and you have a very recognizable emoji avatar. And I think if people see you now in real life, they're going to be like, oh, that's the guy that I talked to on the Discord. So, okay, what is kind of your background with Marvel Champions? When did you start playing? What pulled you into the game? Tell me about that.
So I didn't really get into it until I guess sometime last summer, in between Mutant Genesis and Next Evolution. I'd had the core set for a while and only played it, a couple times. But then just through random chance, I was getting new tires, and someone else was in the waiting room and started talking about gaming. He mentioned Marvel Champions, and one thing led to another. I started playing a little bit with him, and here I am now with a full collection and alt art project with you. So yeah.
Well, that's cool. So you started with the mutants and then you kind of went back.
Yeah, so it was weird because it kind of coincided. I got a Marvel Unlimited subscription, started reading a bunch of X-Men comics. Obviously, I love X-Men. So getting into that, and Next Evolution was up next. So it just seemed like perfect catalyst of a bunch of small random things that really got me into the game.
Yeah, including your car breaking down.
Yeah.
So we actually met in person at the Con of Heroes 2024, this last one, and you were very honored to be one of the founding members of the Oops All Vision Club. Why don't you tell everybody, what is the Oops All Vision Club? What is that?
So it was a 4-player game, Marvel Champions, with multiversal shenanigans. All 4 players ran Vision, each in a different aspect, and we played against Ultron.
Yep. And the leadership player, who was not you were playing Aggression, I think.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. I think you played. Did you play my deck?
I did.
I think, yeah, you played my Aggression minion collector deck. The leadership player also had the Vision ally in his deck.
But yeah.
So we had 5 Visions. It was a ton of fun.
I want to say we ruled that Vision could also be the targeted sidekick.
Yes, the sidekick wasn't out yet.
Was it?
Right?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it was. It was. You're right.
I played a lot of Magic at the con, so yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. You're a big Magic fan, I think. I've seen some of your custom art for Magic. Not Magic the Gathering, Magic the Hero. We have to clarify when we're talking about card games. Nerds get excited and then they can't control themselves. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you some quick fire questions that we have. Anybody who comes on the the podcast or the channel. Tell me your favorite hero in Marvel Champions.
X-23.
Ooh, okay, recent. Tell me your favorite aspect.
So that one's actually been changing a bit. It was leadership, but I've started to really appreciate protection. Been really enjoying Shadowcat protection lately.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a hard one to like wrap my head around at first, but then once it clicked, it was just an absolute blast.
Shadowcat kind of hurts my brain sometimes. That's one of those that I have to really be like in the right headspace to put her on the table because there's just so much like thinking, like turn to turn or action to action.
A lot of timing interactions that you have to be aware of with her.
Yeah, you have to know the rules pretty well, I think. What's your favorite scenario?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to say Project Wide Awake. Really been enjoying that one lately.
Good one. That is a really good one. I think my favorite of that box, it's a really good box. And when it first came out, I liked it, but the more I've had time with it, I really, really like it. And I think Master Mold is my favorite from that box. But they're all really good. Magneto is awesome. Project Wide Awake, the Mansion Attack, like all those. Sabretooth is the one, I'll say. I'm a little less interested in Sabretooth these days. He's a little grindy. But the other one I think are awesome.
I remember, since Mutant Genesis was, I think it was the first expansion that I bought. And as a newer player, Sabretooth was kicking my butt left and right. Like, but like once you figure out how to do it, he's not bad. But as a newer player, he gave me a lot.
Yeah, I still think he can be a little grindy sometimes. Like you have to just be doing big chunks of damage at a time, and if you're not doing enough, it feels like you're just spinning your wheels. But he's fun enough. What is your favorite player count, and what's your most played player count?
I think 3-player is a good sweet spot. 4-player games can tend to drag on a bit too long, and then depending on the scenario, like Magneto in particular, he hurts at 4 players. He's getting so many of those magnet counters and extra activations. But yeah, I think 3 is probably my favorite. Probably what I've played the most as well.
I ask everybody this question. I think everyone kind of lands between 2 and 3. That seems to be the kind of most common. Other than there's a whole solo community out there, so they obviously have their fans as well. Okay, so now that we know you a little bit better, now I feel like we can trust you. The viewers feel like we've gotten to know you. This is classic salesman tactic, right? They knock on your door. They have to sell a vacuum, but before they do that, they got to bring you in a little bit. You got to trust them. So now let's move on to talking about the vacuum before we sell it. So step 1 is, what is this project are we doing? Like, what is this? So the alternate art project is, I decided I wanted to try to go through and create alternate art cards. That's kind of the start of this, because there's a bunch of heroes that didn't get them. Right? I think Corset and Wave 1 all got them. And then there was some things that happened in the world, like 2020. Not sure if you remember. It was a little thing. But a lot of things didn't happen
just
after
a blip on the timeline.
It's like it's a blip in the cosmic calendar. Yeah, we had a pandemic. OP kind of stopped, and there was no promos. So
one of the random like German, Spectrum and Valkyrie pack,
which are insanely hard to find. That is the only thing I don't own for this game, and I don't know where you get them. Like, you can't even get them on eBay anywhere. Like, randomly, a few people have them, and that's just the people who have them. So if you have one and you want to give it away, viewers, your boy Boom Guy needs them. Also, they have awesome art, by the way, because like their alternate art, like it fits together. So like it's one picture. That's so cool. And I really like the cartoon art style. I love how they did that with.
Yeah, that is fun. And I love how they did that with Gambit and Rogue for their promos as well.
Yeah, that's really cool. The like wedding picture, right? Okay, so anyway, it started because a lot of these heroes don't have extra promo cards, and they restarted them. I think it was with the Mutant Wave was the first one they did back again, and they did Wave 6, the Mutants, Wave 7, Next Evolution, and then I don't think we are getting them for Age of Apocalypse. There's been no word as of now. Magneto is already out. we're moving on to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It kind of seems like they're not coming.
I'm heartbroken.
Are you, though? Yeah, there's some cool heroes in there. That's fair. There's some cool heroes in there, actually.
3 of my favorite heroes from the comics came in that waves.
Who are they?
Magic, Nightcrawler, and Magneto.
I would really love like the classic OG X-Men, except for Beast,
that'd be cool.
R.I.P. Beast. But I want him in those like old school blue costumes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that would be cool.
The blue and yellow. Before Beast was blue.
Yeah, when he was just like a dude. I don't know anything about comics. I know that happened at one point. I don't know why that happened. Anyway, so that's kind of the background. A lot of these heroes don't have alternate art cards. I play all the heroes, and I want to spice it up a little bit. So I decided I want to do that. However, I do not have any graphic design chops or Photoshop skills. So I started to think about this, and I realized there are like someone made the templates or made them available that you can like put your own art into, but it's not quite that simple. It's not like a plug and play, like an app on my phone or something. So there's a little more to it, and I don't know how to do it. So I stumbled upon you and found out that you do have experience with this kind of stuff.
I do.
And so we started talking. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what is your experience with this kind of stuff and tell us your background?
Okay. I went to school for like a composite degree for like audio, video, design, like all that jazz. But I focused mostly on design work. Out of college, I got hired by a book publisher, worked on their marketing team, and now the production team. So I've been doing that for over a decade now. So I mean, I live and breathe, the Adobe suite. And as far as like getting into cards, I think we were just kind of like goofing off in Discord and throwing some ideas around. So I was like, found the homebrew community and the templates that they had there and started, making some stuff. I want to say the first thing was like an alternate Sorcerer Supreme for both Magic and Scarlet Witch. And then just kind of spiraled from there. Like some people reached out wanting some custom cards for villains or anything else. But those templates aren't really optimized for printing. So I decided to take my know-how, and I rebuilt the templates in Illustrator and InDesign to account for like bleed settings and all that. Because those are what I live in daily, so I'm very comfortable there. And it's kind of made things a lot easier for me to start pumping stuff out.
Yeah. I don't remember where. I think I must have seen some of the stuff you were posting in Discord. I think it was the Sorcerer Supreme stuff. That rings a bell. And then we started talking, and I don't remember if that was before or after the con. I think it was before, actually. And you had done some playmats, too. You had posted like a custom Magic playmat that you did, maybe another one as well. And then we kind of talked, and I met you at the con. And then after that, kind of this idea came up, and it was in my head. So I enlisted you to help me with all this stuff. And so it's kind of become, I say our project. Really, you're doing all the work. I'm just like having the cards printed. So I'm using, I'm sending them away to be printed with MB print. And so they come back printed like normal cards that you get from Marvel Champions. They look and feel like a standard card. So you don't have to proxy a card behind it, or they have the backs like normal cards. I guess that's not true. They're heroes, so the double-sided, the backs are irrelevant. So
I don't know about irrelevant.
They're not irrelevant. Some people do flip to alter ego, so it's not irrelevant. But no, so they look great and they feel great. So I think, like you said, a lot of these are not optimized for printing. I feel like they're mostly optimized for TTS. Like people make custom cards and they go on TTS and play them, and that's cool.
A lot of homebrew decks on TTS.
Yeah. Like custom decks, custom villains, all kinds of stuff. And that's cool. Like, I think that's an awesome community. It's a bit much for me. I don't dive into that, but, God bless those who do. Okay. So why are we doing this? That's kind of the background. The point is, I wanted to kind of give back to the community. I think it's awesome every time I go to the Con of Heroes, and I've gone to the Con of the Rings as well. for the Lord of the Rings card game. And I love when people give out custom cards. That's just really fun. And it's a cool reminder of the con, and it's a cool thing to play with for someone who plays this game a ton. And I know a lot of people watching this. I'm sorry to tell you, if you're watching a niche YouTube video about a card game, you're one of us. Yeah, and so are you, Band of Sirens. I know you play way too much, and it's nice to have different fun stuff, right? Like, we're just collectors.
Not as much as I would like.
Oh, brother, I hear that.
I just have 3 kids taking up all my time.
So anyway, we're trying to give back to the community, and I want to just create something that people can use, that people can enjoy. I'm not making any money off this. Neither are you, obviously, Band of Sirens. This is all donating our time and money to try to make these, to give these away. And I want to give them away to as many people as possible. And I will try to give away as many cards as I can afford to print. That's kind of the only limitation, is how fast you can create the cards and how much it costs me to print them. And there's, some lead times. Printing takes a couple months. Sometimes it comes overseas. The goal is to give away as many as possible. My funds are not limitless. Many of you out there will be shocked to hear that this podcast, this YouTube channel, this project, none of them make money. In fact, all of them cost money. That's not to say I'm asking for money. I'm not. So, viewers, where does this leave us? Before we get to the cards, we are going to work on these as fast as we can. We have jobs, we have families, we have other responsibilities. Obviously, this is not the only thing we're doing, so this may take a while. But the goal is, we started with the core set, which is done and we'll show off in just a second. Wave 1 is also done. I need to send them off for printing next, so that'll be kind of the next project that's coming up. And then we're into Wave 2 now, and we'll just kind of keep going until we either run out of energy, or we run out of money, or we just don't care anymore, or nobody wants these cards. I don't know. Whatever, something will happen, and then we'll eventually stop, or we'll catch up with the current cards. Who knows? I think the plan is we will still make them for the waves that add OP cards. So when we get to the mutants, I think we'll still make the mutants. But, at this pace, it could be a while before we get there.
Spin on them.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like, it's something different. So not everybody will have these. I can't make enough for everybody to get them. If you come to the Con of Heroes 2025, I will have a stack there, and I will give them out in some manner. There's usually a prize table, so I'll donate some to the Con of Heroes organizers, and they can give away some sets of cards, and I'll just give away a few random here and there with people that I'm playing with. And that's kind of where we're at. So without further ado, let's show off some cards. Are you excited?
Very.
I know you are. You better be. So you can see there are 2 cards here. The front and back of T'Challa, Black Panther. He is amazing. This art is great. We have proofread and tried to make sure they are completely accurate. I think they are, but the art is awesome. This looks really great. I love the alter ego here. This is super cool. So
that was a fun one. I'm really glad I found that. It just has a really cool vibe to it.
Yeah, I love the art style. I love the panther in the front, the coloring. It's great. I'm not an artist, but I do appreciate good art. Okay, so that's the first card. Now let's share the second card. Number 2. Boom. Iron Man. I think this is really awesome. I love that alter ego art. Super cool. That's consistent in all these. I think the alter ego arts you found of all of them are great. That's not to say that the hero art is trash.
I'm partial to the Spider-Man.
Yes, that's my favorite. We will get there. This hero art is awesome too. I love the art of it. I mean, obviously you didn't draw these, but these are really cool. I love how you've integrated the logo kind of into the picture like that. Awesome. Yeah, really, really good.
I wish I had the skills to draw like that, or paint, I guess.
All right, number 3 is She-Hulk. So we have, she looks tough. She looks awesome in the alter ego art. This is really funny, like the subway. And then, I love how the logo is like part in that. And I think they did that with some of their OP cards, like making it part of the image like that. I think it's great.
These designs are based on the OP like promo cards. So I just tried to keep that same look.
It's obviously the full art, like, the full art template that they use for the OP card. So it's not like the standard half and half card. So it's like a little bigger art, which is cool. And then let's go to the next to last one. Let's go. Yeah, we're going to save Spidey for last. Here's Captain Marvel. She is awesome. I love the Air Force kind of vibe on the left. And the picture on the right is awesome. And it's really, really well done. These are great. Obviously, you can see they have the winning hand logo in the upper left. Artists are credited below the text box. So you can also, see who drew the art and who did the design. Spoiler alert, it's Band of Sirens. I know. You're on there too. You got to give credit where credit's due. And then here is the last one. This is Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And I love this alter ego art. This is my favorite card of the bunch. I also love the hero art. It's a really, really cool picture. Really, really well done. But I love him doing his laundry with the spider suit. That's just so Peter Parker.
Yes. I want to try to track that cover down and just add it to my collection.
It's so good. I don't know do you know what comic it's from?
I would have to check. I believe I saved the file as the title of the comic, so I'll just have to, do a little reverse
Scroll through.
sleuthing.
A little digging. Okay, so that is the cards. We've now shown all of them, and I think they're really cool. I think people are really going to like them. This is the first time we're kind of showing them off publicly, so they are amazing, and I'm very excited to share them with everybody. I think, and I hope people will really like them. So let's, before we I hope to see a ton of them at the Con of Heroes, with all the ones I give away. If you guys come, bring them with you. So what can we expect next? So as we said in episode 52 of the podcast, which just went up on the channel a couple days ago, feel free to look back there. But we announced that we're going to pick 2 winners every Monday in December. So whatever days those are, every Monday I'm going to pick 2 winners and I will email them, because there's a Google form down in the description. So please take a look at that. Click it, add your email, pick your top 2 cards. I'm sending 2 cards to everybody who wins. So we're giving away 4 cards every Monday in December, and you will be emailed. So please respond back. If you don't respond back in a day or 2, I'll just pick somebody else and send them your winnings, and you missed out. So pick your top 2. I will try to make sure everybody gets their top 2. I should have plenty of cards to do that. If for whatever reason I run out, I will let you know, and then maybe you'll let me know what your third choice is. But we should be able to get everybody their top 2 choices. I have only given away a few so far. So click the link. The Google Forms link is here. It's also in the last episode. It will be in episode 53 and 54 as well. And then it will end in the end of December before the new year. So hopefully we'll make some people's holidays a little bit brighter. And I don't think we're going to do one again next month, but maybe in February or something, we'll do another one to try to get some more cards out. Again, the goal is to give away cards, but please be patient. It does take time to make them. It does take time to order them. It takes money to order them. It takes money to mail you cards. So none of this is free. And please don't cry for me. I'm doing this to myself, but I just want to be able to put cards in people's hands and let them enjoy the game the way I enjoy the game. So hopefully they will. Like I said, I'll have a stack at the Con of Heroes 2025, and I hope to see as many of you there as possible. If you're there, please come up and say hi. Let's chat. Let's get a game in. I can't promise I'll game with everybody, but I will try to game with as many of you as I can. And I'm not local, so I will be flying. So I'll be in the hotel at the con. The con is many months away, but we can talk about that later. But there will be cards there. Are you going to come to the con this year?
I'm planning on it. Next year, you mean?
I mean, the coming con. Yeah. It's next year, but
yes, I am planning on it. The 2024 con was my first, and it was an absolute blast. So as long as I keep doing them, I'm gonna try to keep coming.
Yeah, same. I've been since the very beginning. This will be the 4th one, I think, now.
Okay.
And I went to the first 3, had a great time at all of them. And I think we're going to have Owen, one of the organizers, maybe Kennedy Hawk, on the podcast soon to talk about plans, because there is announcements coming with
very cool.
The con stuff. So we want to get that out as much as possible. So yeah, That's it for today. We just want to talk about these cards, show off the cards, tell you how to win the cards, introduce Band of Sirens, who is donating his time and expertise. And thank you so much for helping with this. I couldn't do it without you. This is,
Anytime, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's work. I know it's work, and I hate to, make you do more work, but I know the people appreciate it, and they're going to love these cards. All right. Well, thank you, Band of Sirens, for coming on. We should have you on a proper podcast sometime if you're interested.
Yeah,
Come
dude,
talk about a
let
card.
me know. I'd be down.
Done. We'll get you in the queue. I know there's a lot of people. I get messages from Wanna Beyond, but you're going to cut right to the front of the line. That's right. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for doing this project, and I'm sure people can hit you on Discord at Band of Sirens. You can hit me at Boom Guy anytime you want to. Drop some comments down below of like cards you would like to see. Is there cool art that you know of for upcoming heroes? Like drop those names down below. Band of Sirens now will be watching.
Yeah.
And maybe we can use that. So we can need as many recommendations as we can.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Sourcing art is easily the most time-consuming part of the project.
Yeah, so if people have links or ideas, like please put them down below and we will get them to, or you can reach out directly to Band of Sirens if you want. But let's talk about those. Let's hear your suggestions. I love it.
Good.
All right, y'all. See you around. Boom Guy and Band of Sirens, we are out, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Take it easy.